Top 10.
Adding to the green lifestyle, many locals prefer exploring the city on bicycles. In the warmer months, you'll catch Stockholm residents taking a refreshing swim in the waters of Södermalm and Kungsholmen. What's even more impressive, the city's dedication to waste management, recycling and reuse, achieving a staggering rate of over 98%, makes Stockholm a true pioneer in sustainable urban living. And here's a kicker, the highest natural point in Stockholm is Kinaviksberget on Södermalm, standing at 53 meters. To reach the summit, various walking paths weave through Skinnersviksparken, offering a scenic climb. Once at the top, you're treated to breathtaking views of the city, with landmarks such as Gamla Stan, City Hall, and Skeppsholmen sprawled out below. This spot is a favorite among both locals and tourists, especially during the enchanting moments of sunset. So if you're looking to elevate your Stockholm experience, both literally and figuratively, a visit to Skinneviksberget is a must for a panoramic view that captures the essence of this vibrant city. Now that we got your attention with those crazy Stockholm facts, let's get down to business. If you're planning to visit or are in the capital city already and wondering what to do, stick around because we got the ultimate Stockholm itinerary lined up for you. If you still need to do so, we highly recommend you subscribe to our channel, as we will be making videos on all the major cities in the world. Number 1. Our first stop on this historical journey through Stockholm is the Stockholm City Museum, where you dive deep into the city's past. This museum, housed in a 17th century building since its opening in 1942, holds the title of the largest municipal museum in the country. Inside, you'll find a whopping collection of over 300,000 exhibits, artworks, and photographs, each telling a piece of Stockholm's story. Beyond showcasing the city's history, the museum wears multiple hats, even overseeing new city planning and potential demolitions that might impact Stockholm's rich cultural heritage. As you wander through, 2 permanent exhibitions stand out, one unraveling the architectural evolution of the city, and the other taking you on a journey from the 10th century settlement to the vibrant present day. Number 2. Next up, let's take a wild adventure into the countryside just outside the city, perfect for kids and nature enthusiasts. Picture this: early morning or at sunset, when the local critters are at their most lively. Grab a guide, and off you go to meadows and forests, where you might spot majestic moose, different deer types, and if you're lucky, even a shy wild boar. They're usually night owls though. In the summertime, even when the clocks say night, it's still bright enough for a classic camp meal. As you munch away, your guide spills the beans on local wildlife secrets. Oh, and don't miss checking out typical rural homes, cute cottages, and maybe a fancy mansion or two. It's like a wildlife safari with a side of charming countryside vibes. Number 3. Are you feeling a craving for some spooky tales? Well, Stockholm has its fair share of ghost stories and legends. And here's the fun part: you can stroll through the old town with lanterns and soak it all in. Picture this: tours kicking off right where all the historical ghostly events happened. Wandering down narrow streets and peeping into courtyards, your guide spills the beans on murders, executions, and the ghosts that supposedly hang out there at night. If you've got a lively imagination, this tour is like a time machine throwing you back centuries. Who knows, you might even get a little shiver down the spine as the stories unfold. Number 4. Now, if you're a history buff or love a good stroll, Gamla Stan is your go-to neighborhood in Stockholm. Picture this: guides spicing up your walk with tales from the past, making this place once the entire city come alive. The big highlight: the Royal Palace is a superb 17th century gem in Baroque style. These streets weren't just for fancy nobles, they were where everyone, from high and mighty to the everyday folks, went about their business. Get ready for some juicy stories, like the wild Stockholm bloodbath of 1520, where a new king named Christian II decided to execute around 100 noblemen. And hey, there's the classic St. George and the dragon legend thrown in too. So lace up those walking shoes, Gamla Stan's got stories waiting for you. Number 5. Let's take a trip into the world of Mamma Mia. Do you know that catchy ABBA song? Well, there's this super popular indoor event named after it, and it's a total blast. Imagine a night filled with ABBA hits, dancing like there's no tomorrow, some crazy acts, and even a dash of Zorba, the Greek vibes. Oh, and the food. It's totally global, with a Mediterranean twist, served up in a Greek taverna setting. It's a party you won't want to miss, so snag those tickets early when planning your Stockholm visit. And hey, if you're an ABBA superfan, the ABBA Museum is a must-stop too. Number 6. Now you can't visit Stockholm without hopping on the SS Stockholm cruise to Vaxholm. It's a must. Picture this: cruising through the archipelago, soaking in the views, all while chowing down on a delicious dinner. And the best part: you're not stuck with a boring menu. It's a foodie paradise with an a la carte spread, including options for vegans and vegetarians. Do you want to make sure you get exactly what you're craving? No problem. You can pre-order your faves from 3 set menus before the 3-hour cruise. Oh, and did I mention the commitment to being eco-friendly? Yeah, Sweden's all about that, even in the SS Stockholm. From sourcing ingredients sustainably to giving everyone a window seat for a side of stunning archipelago views with your meal. Number 7. Ready for a dive into Stockholm's maritime past? Head straight to the museum that's all about its most famous star, the Vasa. This 17th century ship had quite a dramatic debut, sinking on its first voyage in 1628. Fast forward to today, and it's the Rockstar exhibit, drawing crowds from all corners of Sweden. Imagine this: The Vasa, a gun warship almost entirely intact and still in the show since the museum's grand opening in 1990. It's a must-see for visitors eager to explore the rich maritime history of Stockholm and Sweden, and trust me, there's more to discover beyond the famous Vasa. Number 8. So here's the lowdown on Stockholm. It's a bit on the pricey side, but Swedes, with their decent salaries, still live the good life. Now, the government's not precisely cheering for excessive drinking vibes. The cost of alcohol kind of says it all. But don't worry, you can still enjoy a sip without going overboard on a fantastic pub crawl. And get this, it's not just about the drinks, it's like a time-traveling history walk. Picture yourself tasting mead, the famous drink from way back when, and then fast forward to today with stops at microbreweries for a taste of the latest and greatest beers and lagers. Oh, and did I mention Sweden's vodka game is strong? Absolute anyone? It's like a sip of Stockholm's past and present in one incredible adventure. Number 9. Okay, so let me tell you about Sweden's opera scene. It's been a thing since the 1700s. Can you believe it? The opera house we've got today in the heart of Stockholm. Oscar II opened it in the late 1800s with some fancy Franz Boal tunes. And this spot isn't just about the music. It's a whole architectural treasure chest. The Royal Swedish Opera right there does not only opera but also ballet and classical music. Fun fact, the Royal Swedish Orchestra kicked off in 1526, making it the oldest orchestra in Europe. How cool is that? If you're planning a visit, no stress. They lay out their program well ahead, so you can pick the perfect performance for your Stockholm trip. Number 10. And finally, let's talk about Stockholm's arena. You know, that fantastic stadium brought to you by Tele2. It's like a jack of all trades, hosting soccer games and epic concerts under its retractable roof. Picture this, a whopping 45,000 folks can jam out to their favorite tunes during a concert, and there's a good shot at snagging tickets for any show. Oh, and get this, they can even turn the place into an ice rink with some artificial magic. Avicii rocked the house twice in 2014, but this spot's seen legends like the Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, Rihanna, Adele, and Madonna. Talk about a star-studded lineup. If you're hitting up Stockholm, make sure to peek at the event schedule and lock in those tickets for an unforgettable night. As we wrap up our exploration of Stockholm, we've dipped into some fantastic experiences, but trust me, there's so much more to uncover in this captivating city. Whether you're into its rich history, craving some delicious Nordic foods, or just eager for a good time, Stockholm's got you covered. Now, tell us in the comments which spot you've checked off your Stockholm list, and drop some hints about other cities you'd love us to delve into. Thanks for joining us on this Stockholm journey, and hey, hit that subscribe button for more travel tips and interesting facts. Here's to happy exploring and discovering the wonders of Stockholm.